So we've covered HTML, which allows us to control the content of a page. We've looked at CSS, which allows us to control the styles of that page. And then we've looked at JavaScript, which allows us to make that page interactive and enables us to control it using code. So what extra does jQuery do for us? Well, as I mentioned, jQuery is a JavaScript framework. That means it sits on top of JavaScript, and its main purpose is to make things that are a little bit complicated on JavaScript a lot simpler. And essentially it gives us a lot more power with a lot less code, which makes writing interactive, powerful websites a lot easier. There are a number of other JavaScript frameworks out there, but jQuery is by far the most popular and the one you'll come across most often. So this is the one that we're going to focus on in the Complete Web Developer course. It also has a bunch of plugins which allow you to do really cool stuff really easily, and I'm going to show you just a few of them now to get you excited about learning jQuery. So one that we'll be spending quite a lot of time with is the official jQuery UI plugin, which makes it really easy to do things like make objects draggable, or indeed droppable. So you can drop things on top of others and then do something when that happens. You can create things like date pickers very easily, and very commonly used things like progress bars. So that's a great start, but there's a lot more as well. There are pull to refresh plugins. So you'll be familiar with that if you've used an iPhone and you want to refresh the content of a page. You can just pull it down, and this plugin provides exactly that. By pulling down, you can see it's refreshing the content of the page there. So Rubberband is another great jQuery plugin. We've got tooltips plugins like Tooltipster. Tooltips are really handy hover-overs that you can use to give extra information on your apps and to do fancy things like that. We've got the Magnificent Pop-Up plugin, which is a rather grand name for something that's really useful. So if you've got images there, you can just tap on them and have them appear nice and large. That's something that you're probably going to want to do quite regularly. We've got things like Unslider, which gives you a slider, which is very commonly used on websites these days, particularly a big jumbotron, as it's known, at the very top of the page. And finally, typeahead.js. You'll be familiar with this sort of thing if you've ever used Google, and it simply allows you to auto-complete the contents of a search box. There we go. And that's really useful as well. So jQuery makes a lot of things a lot easier to program than JavaScript alone, and it's got a huge range of free plugins that you can use to give really quite advanced features to your websites very easily. So excited to get started? We'll do that straight away in the next video.